I suppose the question is, particularly when you talk about South Africa, if rugby is essentially a bar fight with the ball, is that where potentially England don't have what South Africa have, France have right now? Is this England team nasty enough?
Look,
how many of them would you want alongside you as to still start flying?
I think in terms of physicality, they are not. What you're asking is, are they ruthless enough in those do or die situations? Are they getting it done? So my example to that would be, on that on the last Sheehan try and the Bundyaki try, did all three of them put their body on and soul on the line? You could basically argue I think you could say they didn't, but at the same time, I don't know what it's like to tackle Bundyaki in a corner and actually try and smash him into touch.
Well, but you've taken a lot of those.
But but I would always say that I would have ended that. There is no tomorrow. There's no stopping. There's no having a think about it. If I'm Alex Mitchell, fuck, I can't give this guy a little hit. I can't let him dictate to me. I've got to go get him. Or if I'm Marcus Smith, I've got to go get him. And sometimes there was that little pause when you don't have time to pause. Now, does that come down to everything we've talked about before? But they're definitely not bad players. But is there a way of changing that? Or is it just, with Marcus, maybe he's out of position, so he's not used to doing what he is because he doesn't really do it. He'll go and hit someone at 10, but then at fullback it's so different. You've got space between you and the man, so sometimes you pause. Well, you've got to actually go shut him down.
But why would you play that then if you're not used? That's what I never understand.
Well, yeah, but then you're going back to. But look, if I go through that England team that they picked, I liked it. Now you could argue a hooker would maybe argue that the back row. Do you have another line out option? But and if you look at the stats. They were both there to stop them from playing, got some great turnovers. That I think one made 18 tackles, one made 15 tackles, and then Ben Earl carried most of the meters and did the sort of interlinky bit, and he was only on for 50 minutes. So, I think there could be things you tweak, but I actually quite like the bench for the first time. I thought it was actually a good bench to do. But again, we still haven't found a way of manipulating that use of it. I think
to answer your question, it's interesting because when you look at the opposition, you look at some like South Africa, for example. I know they're all big gnarly men, but there's a certain level of kind of Etzebeth,
RG Snowman.
Yeah, look at their back row.
Bomb squad, back row.
Jasavisa, that one guy that comes on, the one who is like built like a mole. Quagga, yeah. All these guys, he's just like like a pyramid. I think it's interesting because there's the same people that always lead from the front. Ellis Genge that never backs down. Luke Cowan-Dickie, very physical man. George Martin, always there in the thick of it. Tom Curry again has that real dog in him. I think Ollie Lawrence carries like he's got real dog in him. I think
Prendergast will remember that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys kind of. I don't know if you were looking at people on paper. I don't know enough about. I don't know them personally to know. But I don't think you can fault effort. But actually, I think in international rugby, unfortunately, however everybody would like it to be a free-flowing game, ultimate violence, ability, aggression is kind of what gets you through. Yeah. And I think there are times where this side absolutely deliver, but there are also times when you've got to question. If I can name 6 of the players or 5 players I've just picked out of the hat, there should be a few more along those lines that you would go, fuck me, if it kicked off, I wouldn't want them in there. And the question is, are they like that? I don't know. I don't know them well enough. But I think when you look at other teams that you've played with, you sort of go, well, that'll be a lot more uncomfortable ride. Like if we did kick off, or if I was going to ask someone to be ultimately physical, because there's a big difference, 2 sides of the ball. I know lots of players that would love a carry like absolute machines. It's a very different mentality to hit someone hard, and that's the difference. And I'm always really interested when I see players. Great. One thing running fucking million miles an hour into someone. It's another one putting your head in someone's knees or body, or getting them or tackling them late or whatever it might be, or those little bits of controlled violence you have to have. And you find out about people, and there's some guys that just don't want it. Guys you tackle up high, it's very easy to put big shots up high because you've got that safety. It looks good. It's a different kettle of fish to put your fucking head by someone's shins and absolutely plough into them. And I wonder how many of them would be prepared to do that. I don't know.
If I'm an England player, this is the game I want to play. Like you have got arguably South Africa, all right, but the best teams in the world, and I think is up there with South Africa in terms of depth, in terms of ability to play. I'd actually say they've probably got a slightly better variance in how they can play. We know what you get with South Africa, and it's relentless and it's unbelievably good. But French can bring physicality and play that way, but then they can also bring Dupont, offload, Jouet, all that sort of stuff. So they've got multiple sides to it. And I just think this is the only game I'd want to play right now off the back of Ireland. People question you, and you've just got to go out there and show that.
It's a man test,
you've got to control it, because it can escalate the other way one time. But you've got to. I would love to be playing this game at Twickenham, because the crowd at Twickenham have been amazing over the past autumn series.
The Allianz crowd,
the Allianz Twickenham Stadium has been outstanding. The atmosphere,
as long as they stick with it,
because I think they enjoy the actual. The team that is picked, they prefer, because it answers all the questions and hopefully will deliver.